should be able to hear me. There we go. Alright, we're returning to Call of War. This is the first stream I've done in a very long time. So I'm just trying to get back into it. This will be a short stream. It's just the first video. The first video back from leaving Twitch, so we're just trying this out. First thing I'm going to do is join this Europe Road to War game. I think I'll just play 2 games at a time for now. Let's see how that goes. I'm still considering not streaming Twitch or just some other type of streaming platform. You know, put a lot of work into making my channel look nice, so it's a shame that Twitch is now, you know, forcing my hand. Come on. Seriously. Unbelievable. I've got to do a restart. Give me a second. I had it here a second ago. There it is. Okay. Algeria, Sweden, or Turkey are left. Turkey is the best option by far. It's just more out of the way. I don't like playing. I'm sick of playing Sweden. I play Sweden every time. Enough of Sweden. We're gonna play Turkey. Okay. Alright, so all heads of state. Round started. Road to War is... Where's the... I can't even remember where it is. Oh, first off, turn those on. That's better. We'll see how the sound is EQ'd after the video. I don't really care dramatically about it being perfect. So, Road to War in 1939. Where's my diplomacy section? Yeah, Road to War 99 basically puts this in a position where I believe everyone gets different levels of troops based on how much they had. Actually, the easiest way to do this will just be to go back to home. Or maybe not. Maybe it's everyone gets equal stuff. Yeah, okay. So first step is kind of obvious. Just start researching. Just start researching infantry. That's done in 30 minutes. And then armored cars. That's another 30 minutes. So playing as Comintern, you get a couple different advantages. Basically, you get increased unit costs, or decreased unit costs, decreased unit upkeep. So you can kind of make larger armies, which is good because you've got more area to spread out in. In the meantime, these are my resources. Let's take a quick look at the economy. Yeah, they used to have, in the game, they used to have really cheap prices to start out with, and so you'd want to buy a bunch of stuff. And now it's all kind of just base prices to start with, which always kind of sucks. So the first thing I'm going to do is chart out who's around me. So you can see Greece's computer, Bulgaria's computer, and it's all too small. But the only nations that I'm really worried about here are A, Egypt, who's being played by this guy. Soviet Union. And Romania. Oh, not even Romania's computer. Okay. Yeah, so Soviet Union is the only big one. Traditionally, the Soviet Union will start kind of moving north and take Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and kind of start spreading west. But occasionally, the rare Soviet player will decide to start moving south into Turkey first, which is stupid. But you always, you know, it's not like it's totally impossible. The good news is that they've only got one way to go. So I'm just going to plant a couple troops here. By the way, if you're watching this stream for the first time and you don't know what Call of War is, Call of War is a World War II simulator game. It's very fun. It's free. It's for your desktop. Or you can get it on an app. But basically, all of the army movements take the same length that they should actually take in real life, is the idea. So, like, let's say I want to command my infantry regiment to march up here to take this province, which the fastest way is by sailing. You can see it's going to take here 18 hours and 47 minutes to do that. So this is very much an extremely long game. It lasts... a good game can last a month. I've never had a game last longer than a month. But maybe that's just me. So my immediate plan is going to be to just head south. The computers are not going to attack me. Not really. So I'm just going to station these guys here in Istanbul. And then everything else I'm going to basically start marching straight to the frontier. So I can take probably Iraq first. Yeah, I think that makes sense. My coastline here, I'm going to leave undefended. The odds that someone is going to come up, like Egypt is going to come up and like hit me, is unbelievably low. But just be safe, I'm going to do a quick check on Egypt here. Okay, let's see who he is. This is the best way to actually tell how good your opponents are. Take a look at them, and specifically what I'm looking for is information, because you can see everything about him. He is... Okay, this is this game. Okay, he's level 3 to level 4, which is... means he's... Okay, that could mean he's a couple different things. Private first class. So either this guy's going to... So this guy's joined 2 games. He's brand new. Either this guy is going... This means one of 2 things. One, either he is totally new and has no idea what he's doing. Or he is a very good player who's starting a new account and kind of just smurfing for fun. Which is also possible. I actually think it's more likely that he's that. So this is actually a little worrisome. So based on that, I'm basically going to send one 10 stack there. And then I'm going to displace some of these units to travel to Izmir. Because I am a little bit nervous now that Egypt's going to try to make some kind of play. Let's move them. And then we're going to basically park this plane right there. It's not much, but there's no other real good fighter areas. And now everything's moving, which is the goal. You always want to get your troops moving right away to save downtime. Let's do a quick check on Kharkov. Let's see this guy. Okay, so this guy is in a coalition already called Europe United. Nope, he formed one just now. Let's see. He's got a user number. Okay, so this guy... Okay, so this is really good. This is very good for me. Games joined, 67. Solo victories 0, coalition victories 1. This guy sucks. He should have more coalition victories just on accident. What this means is that this guy does not finish games. He joins games, plays them for a day or two, and then leaves. Basically, that's what this is. This kill-death ratio is pathetic for 67 games. Captures is also bad. I'm not concerned about the Soviet Union anymore. I'm probably going to build a couple subs, park them here, and then do nothing with the Soviet Union, because he's either going to leave me alone, or he's going to do something insanely stupid and like send 10 transport ships undefended to try to land in Istanbul or something, and I'm just going to crush them. It won't be pretty. Now that that's done, my focus now is going to be on infrastructure. I want to build Turkey up to be as powerful as it can economically, because it's so far back from everything else that this is really not going to be where my mid to late game resource production is, where my mid to late game factories are. Most of my factories are probably going to be out here in the AI nations that are building like factory fives for a bunch of stuff. But so this has to be as many industries as possible to maximize resource production. So resource production gives you like huge advantages in your home country and almost nothing in other countries. For example, if I took Bucharest here to get the wheat, I would get probably a fourth of this. Yeah, I think it's like a fourth or a fifth or something. Whereas here, where's my wheat production? Yeah, here. I get the full benefit of it. Alright, so we're going to look at province administration. We've got no buildings. Istanbul is a prime location for a naval base. So that's what we're going to build there. I'm not sure what's better here. Probably here. Yeah, that's slightly better to build it there. Ankara is very well centralized, so we're going to put Adana. I'm going to put my tank plant here, because that's going to start building armored cars for me. Trabzon. What do I want here? I'm not going to build anything here just yet. I'm probably going to end up putting my secret lab here. Do I have enough money to afford just building one? Yeah, I guess I do. Alright, I guess I'm just going to start with secret lab here. It's only 33 minutes, so... No, that's pointless. That's absolutely pointless. I'm just going to start building an industry here. Izmir, we're going to put an aircraft factory. Ankara, we're going to put a barracks. What we're building up is the ability to make multiple resources. I do not like basically making a province good for everything, where I'm like putting a province like Adana, like, oh, I'm gonna put, you know, everything here. I'm gonna put a barracks. I'm gonna put a tank plant. I'm gonna put an ordnance factory. Like, no, that's dumb. Don't do that. I really like specializing. I try to specialize my provinces as much as possible to save resources. So in this case, Ankara is going to be my main hub for just straight up infantry production. Istanbul is going to be my navy. Like, all my subs are going to come from Istanbul. Izmir is going to be my plane factory. Why? Because it's close enough that once I expand production, I'll have like area coverage over this spot, and I'll be able to fly. Planes move faster than anything else, so I can build a bunch of like airstrips and just fly them around where I need them, which helps with this thing being out of position. Trabzon, I'm just going to basically build up my industry first, and then once I'm done with that, I'll start building up secret lab technology, because by that time, my research will be making it actually good. Yeah, like, secret lab isn't really useful for anything until, like, rocket level 2, if that. But really what I'm doing with it is, because I don't really use rocket artillery for anything. I don't like it. What I'm really doing is I'm building... I always, in every game, I build towards a late game of nukes. You always have to do it. You have to assume the game's going to go long. And that's like to day, what is that? Day 22. So the idea is by day 22, I'm pushing nukes out of here. And of course by then you can have a bunch of other secret labs all over the place. Yep, so we got all those ticking away. The barracks has 30 minutes on it. But basically, like, even though I won't have a stream of it, you know, and I'll just stream the highlights. Like, every day I'll, like, tune in and let you know what the strategic situation is. That's my goal. I want to stream for half an hour every day to, like, fill you in on the strategic situation. I'm not going to start a second game just yet, because I've been watching Strange New Worlds Season 2, and that's really fun. It's a really good show. You should watch it. But in the meantime, I'm going to... Like, once tank plant finishes, I'm going to build an armored car. Once barracks finishes, I'm going to build infantry. Once naval base finishes, I can't build anything because I need research, but I'll build a sub first. Aircraft factory, again, I don't build anything. I wait for bombers. But I'll show you my research order. So right now, infantry and armored cars. I immediately build into light tanks. Once infantry is done, I build into... So once these are done, I build into light tanks and anti-tank, because these are really cheap. You can build them really fast. Then I build a sub and attack bombers, and I'm going to leave secret for, you know, whenever. Cool. So that's what I'm doing. That's the game. I'm going to hold off again on any secondary games right now. I'm just going to focus on this one. Try to keep it, you know, just kind of ease into it, things. Let's see if anyone has anything to say in the newspaper. Well. This is who I think it is, right? Yeah. Italy has attacked... Italy has attacked Switzerland. Yugoslavia's attacked Hungary. And just a bunch of other random stuff. Alright, now we're going to look very quickly at the ultimates, the people who are in theory the best. Oh, here we go. This is interesting. Right of way for right of way. We're going to take a quick peek at Dragon Trainer. I was literally about to look him up as I saw this coming from him. Dragon Trainer. Not great, but not terrible. So, by the way, what the United States just did, he did not just send this to me, he sent this to everyone. The United States just sent right-of-way to everyone. It helps with diplomacy down the road. I think it's... I mean, he's so far away from me, it's probably useful. I don't know what Grammarly is doing up there. Go away. So I'm actually going to accept this because there's no real point. I will not accept share map with him. So we're going to accept that because it helps out with our diplomacy a little bit. I don't really like to send out a bunch of these myself. Can we get rid of this, please? I'll work on that next as soon as the stream's over. I don't really like doing that myself, especially for nations that are close by. I don't know. I kind of like to keep my cards a little bit closer to the chest. Sorry, just before I finish the stream, the basic strategic assumptions that I'm making is, 1, Egypt is not going to launch an attack across me by sea, because that's stupid. You shouldn't do that. But because this guy is so new, I don't know anything about him, I am keeping a couple more troops in Izmir and a couple troops on the border here than I would normally do. I'm moving pretty much everything away from Russia. I'm assuming Russia is not going to try some sort of desperation play across the Black Sea. If he does, good for him. That he's a psychopath and he's going to lose, because if Germany is playing correctly, like, Germany will crush him. Or Sweden will crush him. Because here's the thing, right? Sweden, like, you got to kind of look at, like, what the natural thing is, right? Like, let's say Soviet Union goes down here to take Turkey. Okay, fine. All your borders here is the same. Germany takes Belgium, Luxembourg, Amsterdam, and then, depending on how his relationships are with the West, he maybe starts moving east. You've got Yugoslavia, which starts taking a bunch of this stuff because he doesn't want to mess with Italy. You've got Sweden, which takes Norway at that point, and maybe Denmark. But at that point, you're Sweden. If you're Sweden, you're like tangling with Germany, and you're like, why would I do that? So he starts taking Finland, and suddenly, if you're the Soviet Union, Germany maybe has taken all this. Sweden has taken Finland, and you're like backs up to the wall, and you're like, oh great, I have Turkey. Who cares? Like, so that's why Soviet Union should never attack Turkey on its right out, unless some really funky mechanics happen. So I'm just gonna play this pretty normal. Absolutely nothing unusual coming from me. Yeah, pretty standard Turkey game. We'll see what happens. Alright, thanks. Bye.